Truly, 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 we are living in some very sad times, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not talking about the fact that it actually snowed a lot yesterday or last night, and now I see literally nothing but white with shades of green and brown where pine trees are. No, I'm not talking the fact that yesterday was Monday. I speak, of course, of the fact that the truest of true believers is no longer with us. That's right. As of yesterday, Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel Comics, had passed away. He was 95 years old and would have been 96 on December 28th, which is also my birthday. So yeah, I have the same birthday as Stan Lee, although I'm sure I've said that at least once before doing these videos. But yeah, this is a lot to take in on so many levels. I mean, he didn't just create Marvel Comics. I do believe he also was a veteran. I believe he created the very, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought, ladies and gentlemen. He created some of the very heroes that are household names now. And honestly, if it wasn't for his wife, Joan, who had passed away a year before, we never would have Spider-Man or the X-Men or the Fantastic Four or the Avengers. We wouldn't have any of that. There was a reason why after you said the word Stan, it would immediately be followed by the man Lee, because he was the man. He was. Again, he was an exemplary true believer. He was... I'm sorry, I can't. I'm trying to be profound and trying to do this, but I'm not really the greatest at it. I'll never actually forget the very first time I ever saw Stan Lee. Not in real life, but believe it or not, it was actually on an episode of The Simpsons. Yeah. Hey, listen, The Simpsons have had not thousands, but hundreds of guest stars appear in the entirety of this 30-year series. You bet Stan Lee was going to appear at least once. Actually, by my knowledge, he's been in 2 episodes, so yeah. But the first time I saw him was in an episode of The Simpsons where Bart decides to create his own comic book. And he shows it to Comic Book Guy. And as he's showing it to the Comic Book Guy, he says, "Oh, it doesn't look very good." Then Stan Lee walks in. And that's when I saw him. I had no idea who he was until Bart mentioned that he was the creator of Marvel Comics. And, the rest is history. Some people who are true fans or true believers, if you were, would know him as, the guy who would occasionally make a cameo in the Marvel movies. And he did. He totally did. And, some of his best cameos have come in, recent years. Like the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, that was a good cameo. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Pretty much all the Avengers movies. In fact, to be perfectly honest, for the life of me, I can't think of a bad Stan Lee cameo in a Marvel movie. And I don't think anyone else on the internet can either. I'm sure there's going to be someone who's cunning enough or crazy enough, depending on how you look at it, who will say, "Oh, this cameo wasn't very good." But you know what? I doubt it'll ever happen because Stan Lee was awesome. He, he's the guy who coined the phrase, with great power comes great responsibility. He is the guy who, again, created the heroes that ultimately led to the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we know today. In a way, in a very big way, this guy was responsible for creating the greatest movie series I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think I've ever said this before, but I have a favorite movie of each and every year. And in 2012, while my favorite movie of that year was Django Unchained, the best movie I had seen pretty much in my entire life at that point was the first Avengers movie. In a lot of ways, it still is. That, its sequel, and obviously Avengers Infinity War. Hopefully Avengers 4 won't be... Hopefully that movie will not be bad, but you guys know I'm going to be doing my movies on that, so I'll be happy to let you guys know how that turns out. It shouldn't be bad, though. I mean, they've been building up the Infinity War for like 10 years. How could they... It'd be tragic for them to drop the ball at the very end. But we've experienced bad movie endings before. So, if it happens, it happens, I guess. I mean, I'm going to try and keep... You know me, I do try and keep an open mind. But some people just can't really seem to do that. Then again, we live in a time where you can make fun of people on the internet without really any rhyme or reason. Personally, though, I fall under the Mark Twain school of philosophy where you really should do everything you can to get your facts right first, then you may distort them at your leisure, which is exactly what I do all the time. Oh yeah. You think I just turn on a camera and take what's essentially one gigantic, long, 10-plus minutes selfie? No, I actually do some research. I think about what I'm going to do, and if I get something wrong, I obviously do apologize for it, but I do everything I can to make sure I get everything right, and that's, in a way, that's actually what Stan Lee would do in his comics and the movies. I mean, obviously, a true Marvel Comics fan is going to tell you that what happens in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is not even remotely what happens. Well, sort of. Some things happen, but obviously some things don't. But they do it in a way that doesn't, it's not off-putting, doesn't refer to the lowest common denominator, doesn't, hold the audience's hand. No, they do whatever they can that would facilitate a good viewing experience, which is exactly what the Marvel movies have continued to do. And Stan Lee cameo or not, I can't believe I actually just said that, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Marvel is going to continue to do. I mean, worst case scenario, the Marvel movies are going to probably drop in quality because Stan Lee died. Most likely similar in a way to what happened when Walt Disney had first died. That was a dark time for Disney. Walt Disney died, and, a lot of their animated movies weren't bad, but they could have been better. In fact, one of their biggest failures was a movie called The Black Cauldron, which, in hindsight, really isn't that bad of a movie at all. But the weekend it came out, it lost opening weekend to the Care Bears movie. Yes, a Disney movie lost to the Care Bears. I know, I still have trouble wrapping my brain around that one too. Or wrapping my head around that one, or whatever. The point is, it really weirded me out. That's what it is. So, yeah. This was, this is a really sad time. It is. I'm sorry I can't do the Bill Nye speech in the beginning of Deathly Hallows Part 1. Yeah, it was Deathly Hallows Part 1 where, like, these are dark times, there's no mistaking that. No, I can't really pull that off. So, honestly, right now I'm just speaking from the heart on this one. You know, this is a sad time. It is. I can't really think of any scenario where this could possibly get, any sadder. Oh, actually, yeah, I can, but I'm not going to say what it is. Well, I could, I'm not going to say what it is. I mean, right now, all I can hope for is that Stanley is up in heaven, helping Ernest Borgnine and Christopher Lee fight off the forces of evil. Hey, they're all veterans. So, yeah, that'd be really awesome. Plus, I'm probably the one person on the internet who's probably made like a Stanley Christopher Lee like crossover thing. That'd be really cool. And Ernest Borgnine is there because he was Mermaid Man, and that is awesome. So, yes, in my head right now, I am thinking that Stanley is up in heaven, helping Ernest Borgnine and Christopher Lee help God battle the forces of evil. That is my story, and I'm sticking to it. I have to say optimistic in these times, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I was just going to complain about how blatantly white it is outside because of all the snow we got. I'm literally wearing like a extra layer of clothing because of the fact that, again, it's freezing outside. And I'm not looking forward to that at all. No. There's plenty of things in life to look forward to and not look forward to. And one thing I can definitely look forward to is the legacy that Stanley left behind. Which is a pretty big darn legacy if you ask me. Captain Marvel's coming out in March. And then we have Avengers 4 in May. So I'm positive Stanley got those 2 cameos in beforehand. There's going to be a lot of audience cheering when those cameos appear. But if not, oh well. That's life, I guess. Ah, boy. To be honest, I don't even know what happened in last night's game. Hold on, let me just take a quick look. Wonder if I was even right about last night. Who did I say last night was going to win? Okay. Wow. I was wrong. The Giants actually won. Well, well, I guess it kind of does make sense. Stan Lee is from New York, and they are the New York Giants, so who knows? Maybe the Giants won in the spirit of Stan Lee. That could work, I guess. Anyway, I better get going. Got a lot of cold stuff ahead of me. So please like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use the support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms. You guys know I'm going to be chilling out, where I'm going to be chilling. I say chilling, even though it's going to be chilly outside. Oh, boy. And I'm very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm very hopeful we all have a wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care, everybody.